My name is Patricia Pritchett, and I grew up in Locust Grove. My father was Houston Pritchett, and my mother was Evelyn Pritchett. I had one brother and 7 sisters, and I'm the next to the last.
Did your family speak the language growing
My
up?
father and mother spoke it, and my mother was half white and half Cherokee, and she was real fluent in it, and she spoke it. And my father, he was full blood, and he spoke it. They were real strong on family. You know, we had a lot of family get-togethers. We had friends that would come in, and they would just automatically become part of the family, and we just had a real large group all the time. We'd go climbing mountains. There was one tree we would go to. We'd go out to the bluffs. We'd jump off the bluff, and we'd jump into the tree, climb down the tree, climb back up the bluffs. And then we'd go down to the lake, and we had a swimming hole. And some of the snakes started coming up to our swimming hole, so we got this bright idea. We'd wade out into the water, and we'd get a snake to chase us, and the rest of us would kill it, and we'd see who got the largest snake to chase us. When we were real small, though, we had a wagon, and we had a long driveway, and we'd get up before daylight, and we'd go out there, and we'd get 2 flashlights and put them on the side of the wagon, and we'd push each other down the driveway like we were cars. And we always had a bunch of dogs, and we would play like they were our horses. We'd tie them up, you know, we'd go out and we'd play, and we'd had cats, and we'd get the cats and we'd play baby dolls with the cats, and they were spoilt. And my sister had one she called Baby, and he would like drink he had a bottle, and she'd fill it up, and he'd put it up on his paws, his hind paw and his front paws, and drink out of that bottle. And we just you know, pretty much entertained ourselves out in the woods, and just us girls, and we had to do it. You know, we had to haul wood, we had to chop wood, we had to do what a boy would do, because we were out in the country and there was no one there, just us. Chased pigs too, because my mama raised pigs, and back then we had the open range, and so we'd have to go out and get them, and she sold them, and that's why we got our school clothes a lot of times, you know, the picking strawberries and selling the pigs and things like that. And my mom would raise a garden, and we would get up before dawn, and we'd go down and we'd hoe the garden and haul water to the garden, and whenever after the garden made, we would pick the beans and we would can them, and tomatoes, and you know, that's what we lived on in the winter. And we weren't rich people, but we never went hungry. You know, Mom would take us, and she made us go down to the creek every morning and wash our face and run up to the house and run around the house 3 times. And it was supposed to be for wrinkles, you know, not to get a lot of wrinkles. And I don't know if that's what worked or not, but I don't really have any wrinkles. So I know that we had one thing that she would do whenever she'd go to the funeral. She would come in, and she'd go in the front door and out the back door, and then she'd come back, and she would like make smoke and take it and around the house and everything, and with the cedar, the burnt cedar, or the cedar that's been struck by lightning. I used to, in the summertime, I would sleep out in the yard because it was hot and we didn't have air conditioning. I slept in the northeast corner, there was a tree there, and I slept under that tree because in the morning it would be shaded. And so one night my sister and her boyfriend went out, and they come back, and I woke up and they was at the gate talking to Mom, and the gate was like at the southeast corner. And they were talking to Mom about something, you know, and I didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, at that southeast corner, the post, it was the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. It was like the wipeout laugh, and it hit each 4 post corners, like just within seconds, just boom, 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 you know. And it even hit up by there where I was, and I just laid there and I froze, and I laid there for a little while, and I got up and I took my blanket and I went in the house, and I didn't sleep outside by myself for a long time after that. Spiritually, we walk closer to the spirit realm than the white people do, and there's a lot of things that happen that people don't understand. And I've seen a lot of things that people don't understand. I don't tell a whole lot of stuff, but I wouldn't trade my bringing up for anything. I enjoyed it. It was, like I said, it was hard and it was tough a lot of times, but it was family, and it was, they taught us a lot. They taught us a lot. They taught us how to give and how to love and how to appreciate other people. They taught us to appreciate everything we have and appreciate life.